Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to another video where today I did not expect to be making this video, but Cardiff City have parted company with Neil Warnock. It's currently about 7:30 at the time of recording, so this happened about 2 hours ago now, so there's been a lot of reaction coming out in the last 2 hours. Personally, in my opinion, I didn't want this to happen until the end of the season. I thought we should have seen out Neil Warnock just to keep, otherwise it would have unsettled the squad, which, listening to Sol Bamba on Sky Sports News just then, it sounds like it has a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Looking back at Warnock's time at Cardiff City, came in 2016 after Paul Trollope got sacked. Now, what can we say about Paul Trollope? He was one of the worst Cardiff managers I've ever seen managed at the Cardiff City Stadium, or even at Ninian Park for that matter. He was dreadful, even worse in some cases than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which is absolutely saying something there. Coming in 2016, really to steady the ship and push towards the promotion places in the 2016-17 season. Then in his full first season in charge, he finished second. No one expected it. Went up to the Premier League, of course. Narrowly got relegated. Shouldn't have got relegated after all the win against us. But then again, that's another video in itself that obviously has been made about 100 times. Coming back down to the Championship, haven't had a good start to the season. Have only won once in the last 6 matches. Lost both the South Wales and the Seven-Side Derby. So many Cardiff fans happy that he's gone, many Cardiff fans not so happy. Personally, I wanted him to stay to the end of the season, but now he's gone. In a way, even though how bad this sounds, we have to forget about him a little bit now, even though Warnock, thank you so much for everything you've done to the club, but we have to really look to the future and who we're going to bring in. The main reason I did not want Warnock to leave was because of the very little amount of managers that are currently available for us to pick up. Yes, the likes of Neil Harris are coming up on the odds to become the next Cardiff manager, but I cannot see another Championship manager go into a different team in the Championship when, quite possibly, I know it's not that likely, but Millwall could very well finish above Cardiff, so I can't see that happening, and Neil Harris seems very happy at Millwall. Just like the other managers, such as the Preston manager, and you could, in some degree, you could also say the current manager of Luton Town and loads of managers from other clubs around the league. But if we disregard that and look at Twitter and see what people have been saying, Facebook, Twitter, all your social medias, Chris Hughton has been popping up a lot now. Yes, he does get teams into the Premier League, and yes, he did keep Brighton up last season, but I'm not too sure, to be honest, because they only narrowly managed to stay up last season. Many people saying that they play even worse football than Cardiff, or that he plays even worse football than Warnock. And personally, I don't really want another manager like Chris Hughton or Neil Warnock that will play sort of that style of football. I just think we need something completely different and something that will completely overhaul the squad. Michael Flynn would be an interesting choice for me, the current Newport manager, but then again, would he want to leave Newport, come to Cardiff? I think he would do a good job, but then again, can he work with some of the characters such as Sean Morrison and the calibre of the Cardiff team? Another name that's come is Aita Karanka, former Forest boss, former Middlesbrough boss. He did get Middlesbrough into the Premier League. They came straight back down. They looked awful. When he was at Forest, had a good start, but then weren't the best, especially after they spent all that money as well. Gareth Ainsworth, former Cardiff City player, of course. He could be very well up there, but I can't see him leaving Wycombe Wanderers to come to Cardiff after all, they're doing so well, and he's been there for absolutely years, so really can't see that happening. Craig Bellamy's also been touted a lot, but he's never been in management before, so personally I'd like him to get a bit more experience before he is even considered with the Cardiff job. He's currently, I believe, the under-18s manager and elect. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But yeah, I'd like to see him get some experience before he comes into a job like this. Sparky Hughes is also up there, but then again, his managerial CV hasn't been too good recently. Especially with what he did at Southampton. Of course, got sacked at Stoke, so yeah, he's another shaky one. Another one that's coming up is Tony Pulis. Absolutely not, especially with the style of football he plays. Yes, he is from Newport, yes, he is Welsh, but personally, no. Just no to Pulis this time. Former Stoke box Nathan Jones is also a contender to take the Cardiff job, but did ever so well with Luton Town, then going obviously to Stoke, but getting sacked a few weeks ago, and the way they started the season with the squad they have, I just can't see him doing well at Cardiff, to be honest. But however, he is Welsh, so you never know. Nathan Jones is like one of those tricky ones. He could do well, he could be an absolute disaster, but is that a risk we really want to be worth taking a point in him? Put it in the comments, guys, if you agree. Another manager that's been touted a lot as well is Nigel Atkins, former Southampton, Hull City, and I believe Reading manager. I believe got Reading relegated from the Premier League and got Southampton double promoted as well. Obviously worked wonders with Southampton, brought through some great youngsters, Adam Lallana, Ricky Lambert, really built that team well. Did eventually get sacked, even though he did keep him in the Premier League, and of course was replaced by the one and only Mauricio Pochettino. So you never know, maybe we could get the next Pochettino in if we can. But looking at some other quite bizarre names, Robert Earnshaw, of course, Cardiff legend, record goal scorer in the season for us. He was spotted going over the Severn Bridge earlier today. He has his coaching badges, but I'd also like to see him get some experience like Craig Bellamy as well. David Moyes could also be up there, but terrible at Man United, terrible at Sunderland. Managed to save West Ham somehow, I don't know either. Also never managed in the Championship, so would he even go to Cardiff? That's the question. Same you could say about Big Sam, really. I would love to see Big Sam at Cardiff, but questions about his style of play you could ask, and also would he come to the club? So those are the questions you have to be asked about him as well. If you would have asked me this question at the start of the season, then there would have been loads of options, such as the Cowley brothers. I would have loved to see the Cowley brothers at Cardiff. But obviously going to Huddersfield, we can't get him now. And with a terrible time in that, we're looking for a new manager in November. It's going to be a real struggle to get a new manager in, especially one that is vacant with a job or would even consider leaving a job to come to Cardiff City. So put it in the comments, guys, on who you would like to see as the new Cardiff City manager or who you think we should go for. Also put in the comments whether you're happy or unhappy to see Warnock leave as well. Many people happy, many people unhappy, sort of a split decision between Cardiff fans. Cardiff fans very divided at the moment about whether Warnock should have left or not. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like, and if it's the first ever video seen by me, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button for more super cool content like this. Follow my social medias in the description below, and I'll see you all next time. Au revoir.